Yeah, I was doing some manual testing on the camera. So let's begin with daily log of day 3. Okay, so let's start with my consistency. Good job. Good sticking to day 3. Okay, so now next thing. Mm, Okay, so I am going to start with few small things. Let's say, mm, like I started my day with late. This I slept in late. I woke up at least at 11:40. So I started my work around 12:30, 40. Okay, so till that time my family came. So that's a different thing. So I started my work, and what I did on coding part today. So I started multi URL system. Okay, multi URL system. So when I started multi URL system, I was thinking that in multi URL system, it takes one website to generate a portfolio around uh, around 60 seconds, 30 to 60 seconds, which is too much time. Okay, and if I add multiple web URL, so 32 second one website, it will automatically go through. So sometimes the open router can cut off and many things can happen. So it's not a good way to queue something at no something like this. So I thought of making it a queue based service and calling that queue based service and using that. Okay, so I set up BoolMQ because I have used Trigger and they charge too much or they are hectic to set up, something like that. Because I used Trigger, I didn't use Ingest yet now, but I had read about it. Trigger uses the similar thing. Okay, okay, I used the Trigger. Trigger uses the similar thing of parallel processing. It's very good. Okay, I think it's the best tool right now available for everything, but the setup for production is too much of pressure for me because I tried for doing it with my solo setup and everything, and I did some research on YouTube and Perplexity. So gave me an idea that it can be done. It's not impossible, but it's too much hectic for me right now. In future, if Trigger does something that I can do, so naturally, let's see. So I pull up BullMQ. Okay, I pulled up on BullMQ. So but on BullMQ, I started queue processing, but then there are very challenges I faced, because some challenges are like it's not parallel processing. It was queue stacking. I did a parallel processing. Now the problem is that I did not able to completely do it complete. Okay, at the final of the day, I was not able to do it complete. Okay, that was my final. So, so what is happening right now is that let me explain the procedure. Okay, so what is happening right now? Okay, right now, whenever you call BoolMQ, okay, why is my it's not focusing on me? Hello. Yeah, close. Okay, so what's BoolMQ right doing right now? Means right now it's what is working, and what I did go to BoolMQ to work. So what was I desired to do? So, okay, let's discuss what I desired to do. Okay, so I thought of when clicking means adding the multiple URLs, it will take the URLs and do the same thing that I was doing on single page URL. Okay, the same thing, the generating the image and same thing. So I wanted to do a parallel processing. Okay, So that see it will call in single worker will call that map process, and the process will generate, and it will do the similar thing to the different URLs. So it can be push with not queue stack, or it will be in parallel processing, and we can define multiple workers to do different things like generating prompt. Everything will be in parallel processing, and multiple workers can be generated for it. That was my idea. So currently, my workers are generating my workers are different parallel processing are working, but the problem is that I have a privacy issue. Means I thought of not saving anything in my website. Okay, so that the user will not be able to means any user cannot be access to other user data. I will not access to user data. The database will be clear. No database will be involved. Right, in the single user feature was that. But for job queuing and reviews, we need Redis, and for job status for, so we are not using socket socket. So we I thought of polling. So polling requires a database for job status completion. The problem is that now I need a database. Okay. Now the problem is that database is there. Okay, so it's fine. It doesn't work that. The problem is that I my worker needs a file access to my main next file, server. Now because I was temporarily saving the image. The temporary saving image was not able to access because it's working on different container, and my server is running on different container. So two containers is creating a problem. Okay, so my next step about my next step. This is the current flow I'm working with. I have stopped the work right now. Okay, my next work will be to make solve all the next problem, next build, and push the next backend work. So my backend can work on internally on that container, and means the port will be not be allowed to anywhere else to access. Only worker port will be, means port 8080 will be uh, alive, means we can call the port 8080. So also I missed the part that I learned Docker. What is Docker? So I didn't know how Docker works. So means I didn't want to install in my PC because it's too much load. I can't, means it's give me too much load in my PC. I have installed it in previously, but it caused me so much error. I have installed it. I am just thinking that if anything goes wrong, I will just format my PC again. Uh, Again reinstall my Windows. Simple as that. Okay. I debated. Sorry. So tomorrow works is that I will try to solve all the next problems, Next.js build problems, and push the container. Means that the worker will have the Next.js running internally in it. Okay, so it will run internally in the worker there, and the Next.js will be working internally. So worker can access the Next.js files, and on my Next.js container only Next.js will be running, and we can access the Next.js files. The worker will be not be running in there. So that's why two services will be separate, and they will talk to each other internally, and they will talk to each other through database and database connections. Let's say I will host this simple database, Postgres and Redis, so they will call to each other. It's as simple as that. That's my thinking tomorrow. That, and I'm thinking because it can be done in 2 3 hours. So for next part of my day, I'm thinking that making that the user URL thing, adding multiple URLs, make it to my main homepage, so that we can send a single string like I have google.com and youtube.com as a URL, and I want a portfolio. Okay, and with a modern look, and that the string can be divide that modern part. So we will take the modern as a style, and coloring will be, I'll say that it's with the purple color and purple, and it will take the both URL and it will style up and it will create a dynamic prompt from it. I'm thinking of that. Okay. Okay, let's end it here. The video is 10